Dutchman, who had the nerve and the class to get over the line against a very spirited performance from Daryl Fitton. Danny Noppert is into his first World Championship final, the number 3 seed. Absolutely delighted. Little puff of the cheeks there. Nice pat on the back from Daryl Fitton, and we are delighted that Danny joins us up here on the balcony. Danny, what a great performance under pressure.
Indeed, it was a hard game against Fitton, and yeah, I was keep on fighting to the end. And, yeah, I'm happy with my result.
And you had a perfect start, because to go in 2-0 up really must have settled your nerves.
Yeah, but after that it was only my own sets. After the break, I am yeah.
Game shot on the second set. Danny Noppert.
Oh, yeah.
He's speechless. Paul, let's bring.
Yeah.
Paul, we'll just bring you in for a second. There were some great moments there from the Dazzler, 11-ton 80s, and what about taking out 3-3-6 in 6 darts to get back in the match?
Yeah, very difficult thing to do, but I tell you what Daryl Fitton did here. He went for the jugular because he knew he had to. He threw very, very aggressive darts, and he knew that if he hit a 180 with that third dart in there, it would give him at least a chance to win the leg. And what you can't see here is that he needed to hit this because Danny was on a double. So this was a sensational checkout that brought Lakeside. Everybody was on its feet after that.
And presumably you knew at that point you were in a match.
Yeah. Yesterday it was also happened with Scott Waits. He threw the 1-4-4 in that set. Yeah.
But you must be so pleased at the way you have kept your composure, and the end of the 8th set was really big, because Daryl had double 7 to level at 4 sets all, but you managed to get over the line with a 2-set advantage. How big was this when you went in 5-3 up as opposed to 4 all? What was going through your mind at this point?
Not too much pressure and focus. Yeah. It was that one. Yeah. It was a great one. I know that. So
I think that was the first time.
That's why I keep yelling and yeah.
I think that was the first time in the entire championships that Danny had actually showed real raw emotion as well, and that just came out. It wasn't practiced. That was very important, and it showed that it was a lot easier when he came back from the break 5-3 up as opposed to 4-4.
He has surprised a lot of people this week, but not you, because Paul was tipping you to go far in the championship right at the beginning.
Obviously, because this guy's got such a great talent. I mean, I hadn't seen Danny play a lot of darts until the Grand Slam back in November, but when I watched him there, I thought, oh, this is good. This is very, very good, very metronomic style. What I like about it is it's very unflappable, and it's very, very watchable, and that's something that you can't teach.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Big compliments there. He is into the final. No place in the showdown for Daryl Fitton, but he had made his first semi-final in 8 years. Let's get his thoughts. He's backstage with Danny.
So Daryl, back on the semi-final stage, first time in 8 years. When I spoke to you at the start of the championships, you said that was your aim, to get through to the semis, but I mean, you was fighting for a place in the final out there.
Yeah, I wanted to get to the final, but it's like everything I threw at Danny then, he just took it on the chin. And I'm a big lad as well. He was awesome. I just like a little terrier, just could not get rid of him. I had a bit of problems early on with someone in the crowd, and to be quite honest with you, I'm really happy the way I cope with it, because normally I don't cope very well with it. So onwards and upwards for me, and if Danny plays like that, he can win this, without doubt.
Well, I mean, yeah, you two sets down very early on. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on you, and as you did in the quarterfinals, you came back and you held your nerve, but you just couldn't get ahead of Danny at any stage. Like you say, everything you threw at him, he came back again.
I think when I went on, the breaks never did me any favours at all. I think the one negative thing about the tournament is if you're playing a lot of sets, when you do the bull, whoever wins the bull has the advantage, because it goes from 2, 4, 6, 8. So every time you go on that stage, whoever wins the bull starts off. And that, to me, I won the bull against Pip Blackwell, and that is an advantage. I lost it against Gert, and I lost it against Danny there, but that has to be changed, I think, and you have to think about something like that. Change it, maybe like PDC do. They do it on 1, 3, 5, and 1, 3, 6 or something. So it's not the same person starting every time. Advantage goes to whoever wins the bull. Whoever wins the bull is the start of the match, not every start of the match, if you know what I mean. I'm not making any excuses in that. I couldn't, no matter what I threw at Danny Noppert. What a player, brilliant player.
And as you are, Darryl, I mean, you're out there and you're one of the big favourites of that crowd. I mean, when you step on that stage, how does that make you feel when the crowd starts roaring and One Step Beyond starts playing?
Well, forget about the One Step Beyond, but every time I go up on the stage, to me, it's been worthwhile. All these years I've been coming here, days like today and the Saturday especially, it's been immense for me, and I'm really happy with the way it's all turned out for me. My darts career's been up and down. I decided to stay at the BDO to help them back up, and hopefully the BDO will change things around and never become as big as the PDC, but hopefully they'll make a bigger mark than what they're doing at the moment. So.
Well, I'm sure they will with some of the great characters like yourself, and thanks for fantastic championships.
All right, cheers, mate. Thanks, Danny. Thank you very much.
Well, Darryl obviously really disappointed there. He has been and will continue to be a brilliant ambassador for BDO darts. Paul, let's just quickly deal with Darryl's concerns there.
Very interesting point, I feel. Throughout the course of this tournament, we've always taken a break after 2 sets, 4 sets, 6 sets. And I didn't actually think about what he just said there. I think it was a very interesting point. Obviously, you get the start of the match if you win the bull, but I didn't think that you get the start of the next session. And the next session, I do construe it as an advantage, just like Darryl does, and maybe it needs to be looked at in the future.
Well, that's a story and a discussion for another day. This guy's just been firing up the crowd. He's been getting them to cheer. You can hear that now. He's a bit of a showman, this young man. Any preference as to who you play in the final, Glenn or Jamie, or you don't care?
Yeah, I don't care. I will watch that match and we will see what's going on. And, yeah.
Well, make sure you only have orange juice tonight, because I suspect there'll be a few Dutch in the crowd who might want to buy you a beer. So, Danny is through to the final. Who will he be playing? It's Glenn Durrant, the #1 seed, against Jamie Hughes. That is tonight's semi-final, and we will preview that one after the break.